Hey there, StarCraft fans. It's falconpaladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2. It's Evolution. It is not StarCraft 2 alone. It is StarCraft 2 versus Brood War. You know that. It's got the Evo tag in the title here. It's going to be a StarCraft 2 Protoss versus a Brood War Zerg. A best of 3 starting on Whispers of Gold, which is a StarCraft 2 map. There are Brood War maps and StarCraft 2 maps in this mod. So, top left, it's gonna be Classic. He's playing StarCraft 2 Protoss. He is very familiar with StarCraft 2 Protoss, man. He is an excellent Protoss player in StarCraft 2. And at the bottom right, it is Rumieth. I'm not sure who this is entirely. I think it's a GM European player. We'll see how he does here against Classic playing Brood War Zerg. You do have the higher starting count of workers here in this mod. It's gonna be a 17 hatch here from Rumieth. Starting off here on Whispers of Gold. And a best of 3 from StarCraft Evolution number 7 that happened earlier this month. I'm looking forward to StarCraft Evolution number 8. I think it has something to do with scouts, which are, you know, rare. But we will see how Hyper One does that. For more information about this, click the link in the description. You can watch it. You can join the Discord server. You can get notified when there's a tournament going on. I'm going to go ahead and try to cast some live for StarCraft Evolution 8. So, gate expand here from Classic. We've got some gas. We've got a spawning pool coming up here from Rumieth. We'll call him a Rumieth. I think we'll go with that one. He's playing the mineral game here. Somebody asked, Laughing Game asked me, how come the mineral game hasn't made it into Brood War these days? Because it's kind of the same thing, right? If you're actively mining minerals, the worker will not go to mine the minerals. So that's what this is going on here with Classic. He's mining the minerals with the probes. So these probes, he lost the game though. So the drones come up, won't mine because something else is already there, and it messes up all of the mining algorithms for the drones, and it totally screws them up. But if you get a mouthful of minerals, then you can't play the game anymore because you can't go and mine from the minerals and make the drones think it's already in use. Metabolic boost is on the way. Third base coming in at, geez, that's a fast. Is that a sub 2 minute third base from Rumieth? Holy smokes. He's going crazy fast third here. What's Classic up to? Classic's opening Stargate. We'll see if Phoenix are something that Rumieth can't deal with. Brood War Zerg players know how to deal with units that can fly and are fast and are good at killing overlords. Well, sort of good at killing overlords, right? The Phoenix is the spiritual successor to the Corsair, so nothing really crazy there. Macro hatch, way more common early on in Brood War games as compared to StarCraft 2 games. But the reason is you don't have queens to inject and give you additional larvae like you do in StarCraft 2. So the hatchery provides, first of all, wall-offs and extra production for the Zerg player. Now, here comes an Adept. Lings are going to deal with this as usual. You don't have any queens here, so your drones are forced to be turned into creeps to try to keep them alive. Oh, it has... It does. It has the Brood War attack sound for the Zerglings. It's like ba-bum, ba-bum, like really solid hits from Lings. Speed's kicked in on these boys, and they're going to chase down and try to get surround on one of these Adepts. Ooh, very nice surround from Rumieth. Here in game number 1, sniping that Adept down out in the middle of the open. Surrounds are good. What are we getting? Spore? Oh, he's getting Creep Colony. Upgrading this one to a Spore. He is worried about Phoenix. He's worried about a Stargate opening. It's an Oracle coming in. Second Oracle, by the way. The first one's already out. Lings playing the attack the buildings game, and not as good against StarCraft 2 Protoss because Adepts are pretty fast out of the tech tree here. So trying... Oh my gosh. Is he going to snipe the Cyber Core? Is he going to shut down Warp Gate research? He does. He denies Warp Gate. Oh, no. Oracle on the other side of things is trying to get kills. Hasn't been able to find any damage over there whatsoever. Oh, this is absolutely bonkers. This is a crazy, crazy bonkers opening here. And I know I say this every time I cast an Evo game, but it makes me happy to see StarCraft 2 and Brood War married like this in this mod. The mod makers are freaking amazing. I'm so glad. I'm one of the few people, I think, who maybe loves this as much as I do. Right? I've just been playing both StarCraft 1 since it came out and StarCraft 2 since it came out. These were day one purchases for me. Both of them. I love them both. I play them both. I understand what's great about both of them. The Oracles taking out 3 drones. There's 2 of them here. The one Spore can only do so much, man. This is what a queen would be for. in this game is the queen plus the anti-air with the spore is enough to keep your drones alive for the most part, but no queens, no anti-air. StarCraft 2 was really balanced around the idea that Zergs have really great anti-air with the queens, and they're just gone. Queens are very different in StarCraft 2 compared to Brood War. I'm sure Brood War fans who are watching this are like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Makes a ton of sense. All right, kids. Zealots in production back here from the Protoss getting charge. It's basically the leg enhancements upgrade. Ooh, Hydras are out, but dude, Oracle damage. That is a spell. You engage it, and once your energy runs out, you can't do it anymore. So you got... This is some good stuff, man. You actually attack on the extractor there. That's kind of a missed attack, but Hydra bust! Hydra bust timing in StarCraft 2 against the StarCraft 2 Protoss. This is very, very common in Brood War. Not so much anymore in StarCraft 2. There was a time it was, but not recently. And, oh, shield battery getting sniped down. Beautifully done. The Oracles can't deal with this many Hydralisks. Look at that spit attack, too. Beautiful. Beautiful spit attack here. Zealots are good, right? Zealots are going to be a problem, especially if they have charge, but they don't yet. They don't have the speed upgrade yet. Dude, if this many Hydras show up at your base, and you don't have any splash damage, and you don't have speed lots yet, you kind of just die in Brood War. Let's see if Classic has anything up his sleeve here. He's finishing charge. He's bringing in slow Zealots as much as he possibly can here. The Hydras are kind of being dealt with, but 15 probes have died. That's the Game Heart interface option there on the left side. So thanks to the Game Heart manufacturer there's the charge. Now the Zealots are faster. Now they have a charge ability, allowing them to close the distance on the Hydras a lot better. So the question is, did enough damage get done here to where Classic is going to lose this game? I don't know. You're getting a Lurker aspect yet? Yes, Lurker aspect is coming in now. Lurker's going to be really good against these Zealots and these Stalkers too. Zealots hacking away. Dude, having a sunken back here would be so nice for Rumith. There's a sunken here. It's kind of defending the third base at least a little bit. Not exactly covering this far side of the hatchery though, guys. Hydras have to come in and assist with it. Hydra plus sunken equals dead Zealot. And then Hydras are just going to be good here against these Stalkers as they are against Dragoons. Well, it shouldn't be a problem. So 49 to 42 workers. Classic does have Chrono Boost available and can use it to make probes and replace probes more quickly than you can in Brood War. Is there Psystorm? No, there's just the Templar Archives over here. No sign of that. Making Archons against Hydras is honestly a mistake. I really would not like to see my favorite Protoss player making friggin' Archons against Brood War Hydralisks. Absolutely not. I mean, it's the same thing in StarCraft 2. Hydras are good against Archons in every version of this game that we love. Every single one. So what do we got? Fourth base coming in from Rumith. Still no sign of a third base from Classic. He's got more Archons and charge lots than he knows what to do with. Ling Hydra should really do pretty well here. A little bit of sunken support on defense. Maybe building a couple Lurkers would be good. He's got that Lurker aspect, but he doesn't have any Lurkers. Weird. This Oracle has 8 kills, and I'm pretty sure... Oh, getting a Stasis Trap down too. Stasis Ward. It does freeze all of the drones in place for a few seconds here. That timer bar is running out. We got Lings running into the main base. Oh, that's an Artosis Pylon. That's an Artosis Pylon. And he gets it, depowering 4 of the warp gates. Lings inside the natural base, killing more probes there too. On the counterattack, the 4th base is canceled. Classic takes that down with the Zealot Archon. But yeah, look at these Archons. They don't want to fight this. That is so many Hydralisks. I don't know who this Rumith guy is, but I think he's going to win this game number 1 against Classic. I'm impressed by him immensely. Finally, Psystorm's on the way. I feel like Classic should have had this for a couple minutes by now. Recognizing how heavily Rumith is working on this Hydralisk stuff. Third Nexus, no, that's a canceled third. The damage output of Hydras is immense, and that's a great position for them too. They can't get surrounded. That's the canceled Nexus. So we're back down to 3 base versus 2 base. Rumith is feeling okay about that. But he had a 4th base rolling and he was a lot happier. Where are your Lurkers, man? I guess he's just not worried about it. I don't know. They're not very good against the Archons, to be fair. There's a recall back home, by the way. The Nexus can be used like an Arbiter to recall stuff to it. And it's exactly what it did, because it recognized there were Hydras on the front door. and the army was out of position. And so guess what you can do? You can recall the army back home pretty much instantaneously and save the day. Rumith thinking about getting a 4th base here. This Oracle has 8 kills still. Got a great stasis off. Hasn't fully saturated this gas yet. Rumith has the 2nd gas on his natural. Overlord's in production. This is a lot of Hydras, man, but the Psy Storm's gonna be good. Psy Storm in StarCraft 2, not as good as it is in Brood War, but against Hydras, it'll get the job done. Nevertheless, army value 52 to 49 in favor of Rumith. Psy Storm is going to be the big deal here. So trying to come in, stasis. He doesn't trigger. He does trigger the stasis. These guys just kind of walk into the natural base. Do you want to save this base or this base? Take your pick. The natural goes down immediately. These are +1 Hydras. Okay, that base dies too. Classic's done. Classic's done. Great Psy Storms. Even if every one of these Hydras dies when they're not going to die, there is not a path forward here. You'll lose your 3rd base twice. You'll lose your natural base. You're dead. You're a dead nerd. Unless Classic gets some kind of absolutely insane counterattack here, there's just no way. It's just not happening. So the best Storms of all time maybe could make this work. Extra Sunkens would be really nice here. Just, he knows the counterattack is the only thing that's going to kill him in this game. This is it. Once this happens, Classic will not have any more steam left. He's barely rebuilding his natural. He doesn't have any money to make a 3rd base too. He's making more Zealots and Archons here, but dude, high ground Sunken, ka-chunk, Hydras. That Sunken does get surrounded. There's your Psy Storm engagement there. Great StarCraft 2 Storm there too. We had a game with Brood War Storm last week between Classic and Spirit. That was a lot of fun, and yeah, that's it. The attack's over. Rumith gets the win. Classic taps out in game number 1 of our best of 3 series from StarCraft Evolution number 7. Awesome. Like, truly fun stuff there. That was good. So yeah, Classic learned Brood War Hydras are a little bit tankier than StarCraft 2 Hydras, and they hit just as hard. So that was tough. That was some really tough stuff from Classic. Losing this base, killing this in exchange, but too many bases died in exchange for that 1 canceled hatchery. Resources lost, 11,000 to 10,000. Classic lost more resources. Did kill 20 drones, lost 36 probes. And I just don't like the Archons. I don't like the Archons against this many Hydralisks. When your Brood War opponent goes into maybe a bunch of Lurkers, right, and a lot of Lings, and maybe some Dark Swarm in there, then yeah, 100%. Get those Archons into the mix. When there are fewer Hydras around, Archons are going to be better, but that's not what this was. This was Hydras for 11 minutes. Nothing but Hydras. Not a Lurker was made today. Really not that many Lings in the grand scheme of things either. Only 48 total in 12 minutes is not that many. So that's game 1 of our best of 3 between Classic and Rumith. Oh, I put the wrong... Sorry about that. 0-1. There you go. Now Rumith has a 1 next to his name, as he should have the whole time, because he won game number 1. Maybe I'll look up who this guy is between game 1 and 2. We'll see who he is. I'll be right back. Tap that like button. Game 2 on ley lines. Classic's got his work cut out for him, man. Bottom left, it is Classic. Top right, it is Rumiath, who's actually a Korean Zerg player. I apologize for calling him a European in game number 1. He's a StarCraft 2 player. He's been playing Evo for a while now. And let's see what he has up his sleeve to take down Classic and claim the best of 3 in game number 2. So let's go ahead and see if Classic does another Gateway expand here, or maybe he's going to go a Nexus first to get an economic advantage against Rumiath's hopefully hatch first play here as a Brood War. Yep, hatch first here at 16 supply, so it's going to be a 16 hatch here. Very standard in StarCraft 2, but not something you see in Brood War. But hey, we've got a lot of workers here, so that's just the openings. So 3 more drones, up to 18, and then an extractor with one of these drones here, and then a spawning pool with this drone here. Yeah, so 16, 18, 17. A StarCraft 2 build for Zerg with a Brood War player here. We've got a double gate, a 2-gate opening here from Classic. All right, man. So StarCraft 2 Zealots are not as beefy as a Brood War Zealots, but we will see how Classic handles them. So, Overlords, scouting out. Will we see the 2-gate before Zealots show up at the natural base here from Rumieth? So 2-gate into Cybercore and then an expansion. It's not an all-in. Just extra pressure here for Classic. Gas is being taken. A second gas here. The Overlord says... Dun, 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 dun. This is a 2-player map, so I know where you are. This is another StarCraft 2 map. 2-gate opening and a Cybercore. These could be Zealots, but most likely it's going to be either Stalkers or Adepts. So this is Adepts, right? We can see it in the production tab. We can see it over these gateways. Again, thanks to the game heart interface that is plugged in to this game. Third hatch, again, sub 2 minutes, and then a macro hatch. So this is a very macro-oriented opening against a 2-gate opener. You know it's a 2-gate. Are we throwing down a creep colony? Sunken to help? Are we hard walling? We are hard walling, Rumieth. I doubted you, dude. I doubted that you know what you were doing here, but yes. Hard walling against these Adepts. Not making any drones at the third because those would be dead. And maybe... canceling it and then throwing it down again? Maybe a sunken? Maybe a sunken behind this wall? Rumieth says, dude, sunkens. There are a lot of resources to go into one sunken, including a drone. Oh, man. How many? We got 4 Adepts here. Finishes the evolution chamber, and then a creep colony is getting started. Warp gate. We've got charge coming up and being researched on the Protoss side. Don't waste attacks on that hatchery. Get through this evolution chamber. It does spawn broodlings, so watch out for those. And that sunken is now done. Run from... Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't spawn broodlings because it is a Brood War evolution chamber. Oh, man, this is so fun. Drones pulled because the Adepts are inside the house. 4 drones down, 5 drones to kill 4 Adepts. I think that's a fair trade here from Rumieth. And yeah, a little bit of a better position here for the sunken would have prevented a few of those drone deaths. Ooh, a Dark Shrine, Dark Templar on the way here, or maybe Archons. You can make Archons from 2 Dark Templar or 2 High Templar in StarCraft 2. 2 Dark Templar in Brood War makes a Dark Archon, which is missing in StarCraft 2. Hydralisk Den from Rumieth. No big surprise. They were very good in game number 1 here. Charge finishing up at the Twilight Council. And what do we got? Templar Archives warping in as well a little bit earlier. Well, the Templar Archives was finished early, but I think Storm was late from Classic here. Right? So, yeah, got Hydra busted, lost a lot of probes, and there was no Storm available for the timing of that Hydra bust. So we will see if we get Storm as soon as this Templar Archives finishes or not. +1 missile attack here. We've got ourselves speed for the Hydralisks being researched. Run, Mr. Drones, run for it. Third Nexus warping in, and yes, as soon as the Archives finishes, Storm, it's being chrono boost as well from the energy from this Nexus. Awesome. Like, truly good stuff for that. Sunken here at the third. Hydra's coming out. Again, Hydras plus Sunken means Zealots need to turn around and go back home once we see those. Oh, a DT! A DT, where is he? Where is this guy? I heard him. There he is. Oh no, where are the Overlords? Overlords are default detectors in Brood War, so what the heck is going on? A DT here as well with 5 kills already. Sniped. Okay, this Overlord is providing detection. This Overlord too. But yeah, sniping down 6 drones. Yo, 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 yo. 2 Dark Templars dead, but 6 drones with them. I don't think that was quite enough for those Dark Templar, but yeah, that was amazing. Hydra Bus timing here at the 3rd base. Storm coming down on him, and they're like, hey, wait a second. Storm wasn't here this time last game. Haha. Classic is learning. So we got Metabolic Boost, Hydra Range, and Hydra Speed finished here. Dodging the storms as well as they can. As well as he can. And then Charge Lots, and then Storm. Oh, man. This is a disaster. Trying to get a wraparound here with these Speedlings to pick off the High Templar. Hurry. Hurry. Morph the High Templar into an Archon on the battlefield. And Rumeth here is forced to go home. Wow. So a lot more damage was done with that attack in game number 1 there. But Classic learned. And then Classic rebuffed it. Two probes down from this little Zergling run by. Nothing much there. Got ourselves a nice... Oh, never mind. It wasn't range. Range is here. Oh, that's missile attack. Dupe. Derp, derp, derp. That was missile attack there. So no range for that attack. I don't think it would have helped very much, especially facing Storm and Charge. But we're getting it now, so we'll see if that makes a difference here. +2 missile attack as well. We got +1 ground attack here for Classic. Robotics facility coming in. And are we going to see a research of lurkers and then not making any lurkers here again from Rumieth? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, but let's see here. Oh, man. 50 to 20 army supply. Classic. 3 base to 3 base. I think Rumeth is dead. Yeah, GG. Woo! Classic just showed up all of a sudden with a hajillion Zealots, bunch of High Templar with Storm, and a couple Archons. And Rumeth is like, wait, what? He was not ready for that at all. He was up to 60 total workers. He had a 4th base popping in. Didn't have any Sunkens to help. Didn't have any Lurkers to help there either. I'm like, my gosh, Lurkers would have been so good. Lurkers would have been so good. Oh my gosh, that would have been great. Would have been so great. So great. All right. Well, that was a great showing there for game number 2. I'd like to see some Dark Swarm possibly. Actually, some Lurker play out of Rumeth I think would be pretty fantastic. Lurkers do better against Zealots than they do against big things when they're Brood War Lurkers. So again, with the Zealots that we're seeing here out of Classic, I think it'd be a pretty good idea. So that's game 2. Let's go to game number 3. I'm really interested to see where this one goes. Hopefully it's on a Brood War map. I'd like to split that up between StarCraft 2 and Brood War maps, but we'll be right back. Oh, good. Game 3 is here on Sylphid, which is a Brood War map. Top side of this 3-player map, it is Classic. In the bottom left of the map, it is Rumeth. We do not know where the other player is. This could be where your enemy is. We got destructible crates here. This is a destructible crate emulating the Zerg egg from Brood War maps. 200 health, 10 armor, exactly one grid of space. They are right here. They help to wall off, but other than that, they don't do anything. So look, there it is. That is a Zerg egg to help you wall off against early Zerg pressure, but you can wall off here easily as Protoss and Terran, but I don't know, man. I've seen it come into play a couple of times in Brood War, but that's about all they are. You can kill them, but they have 10 armor, so it takes a while, especially if you use workers or Zerglings. A Forge Expand here from Classic on this map, pulling out an early, well, a classic Brood War build that was popular in early StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty, man. Forge Expands made their way to StarCraft 2 back in the early stages of StarCraft 2 in the Wings of Liberty expansion, which was the first one back in 2010. So a little bit of history there for you guys. But then they were basically supplanted by a Gate Expand, because Gateway means pressure and defense. And I don't know. Or it's going to be a Cannon Rush. Yeah, Forge gives you the ability to build cannons early, assuming you scout early enough, and it's a hatch first here. from your Zerg opponent, which it is. Are we faking it? No, we're not faking it. Throwing down a cannon. Rumeth's like, all right, man. He doesn't see it. He doesn't see it because the vision of morphing in hatcheries is so low. Look, that's it. Just a tiny, tiny little area around the hatch. We've got good timing, man. This hatch is going to finish right as this cannon finishes, so there's no chance of canceling it for Rumeth. Hatch finishes. Cannon warps in. Classic, man. That was brutal. That was so well done. As a Zerg player, yes. This is brutal. And cannon rushing the third base. Why not? Rumeth's like, hold on a second. What's going on here? He's familiar. He is familiar with cannon rushes. We've got ourselves a spawning pool. We've got 2 sets of lings on the way here. And that drone is not dead. We can mine from this hatchery for a little while, at least. And this third base is under attack by cannons as well. Oh, wait. Did he Brood War? Wait. We didn't... Did he Brood War Protoss? He Brood War Protoss. I was looking at this Nexus, but I mean, that's a skin we have in StarCraft 2, so I wasn't sure. These cannons are definitely Brood War cannons, though, which I should have recognized as soon as they popped, but dude. Okay, I mean, there's nothing different about this. Cannons are 150 in Brood War as they are in StarCraft 2. Trying to get a new second base up here is Rumeth, and I guess a new third base because his third base just died. He gets Broodlings now. Did Rumeth go StarCraft 2 Zerg against? Did we swap here in game number 3? Why did we do that? What is going on now? Is that a... That's a lair. He doesn't... Oh, he does have a queen. They swapped on me. Ah, tricky sons of guns. Okay, so it's a StarCraft 2 against a Brood War Protoss. The Brood War Protoss Classic Cannon Rush, the StarCraft 2 Zerg. Yeah, look at these creep tumors. The creep looks weird, but it's on a different map, so I guess that's the whole idea. Man, they tricked me. They threw me for a loop. So, cool. We got Brood War Protoss up this way, which explains the Forge Expand and the Cannon Rush, Dragoon in the wall, Zealots on the way, Cybercore there, Robotic Support Bay for Reaver shenanigans coming in, and a shuttle. He's like, all right, I successfully cannon rushed 2 of your bases, nerd. You're dead now. I'm going to finish this off with Reaver shenanigans. How's that sound to you? Bad. Lings do get a speed boost. Ooh, he just canceled something and threw down a Roach Warren. Was that a Hydra Den? I can't rewind. It'll break all of StarCraft if I do that. But. I think that was a Hydra Den, and then he just threw down a Roach Warren instead. He's totally swapping it up. New base down this way. This is just a standalone expansion, a 1 ramp leading into a high ground with gas and minerals. It's a kind of nice expansion to have, honestly. It's really tough to kill it. You can kind of put tanks here on the low ground. I mean, there are no tanks here because it's a PvZ, so yeah, it's really tough to break regardless. We've got a Kakaru up here looking like a friggin' pterodactyl, basically. Works for me. He's hovering. Flying critters. Okay, so the shuttle gets spotted. He didn't see the Reaver, but he saw the shuttle, so he's got to be ready for drops of some kind here. Having a couple spines out would be nice. There's a spore would be good too. Yes, glial reconstitution coming in. Speed for roaches getting researched. The Roach, for those of you who are Brood War fans only, the Roach is a ground unit. It does a ground attack, acid spore or acid attack stuff. It's okay. It's kind of tanky, but it's armor type, which means it takes full damage, like bonus damage from a lot of things. But that's, how do those interactions work in this Evo? I don't know. Are we double pumping Corsairs out of this? Yeah. We are double Stargating Corsairs out of Classic while Reaver dropping Rumeth. This is looking interesting. So yeah, the Roaches are out. Here they are. Aren't they great? They got big old horns on their heads. They got a melee attack animation and a ranged attack animation, like Hydras do. Kind of fancy stuff. But yeah, Corsairs are out, and the anti-air here is going to be Queens, right? Queen anti-air is range, dude. The range of these Queens. Look how far away they can hit you from. 8 miles. 8 miles away. So these cannons kind of providing a little bit of value, making sure this base doesn't get expanded to. The natural base still not expanded to. You want to kill these cannons with Ravagers probably from a StarCraft 2 perspective, or just Queens and Roach can get it done if you have enough. You just don't want to lose too much killing those cannons. +2 missile attack is on the way. From our StarCraft 2 Zerg player, Rumieth, the switch up here into this third game is annoying me. I wanted to see some more StarCraft 2 Zerg, but I was tricked. Reaver shot done enough to one-shot a Roach there. Kind of surprised by that. I feel like, well, no, 145 HP on the Roaches. The Scarabs should be doing 100 damage. There's an upgrade you can get that will let them do extra damage. I think that's what that might be, actually, is the Scarab extra damage upgrade from to 125. Still not going to one-shot a Roach, though. So I kind of like Roaches in this situation. A little bit of a tankier option against Reavers than Hydras would be. More Reavers in production, swinging into the natural base, and bam! Queen, big hits. Reaver! Bam! Transfuse from the other Queen. Oh, that little heal ability is so nice. Reaver hit. Yeah, I don't know that Reavers are as good against StarCraft 2 Zerg, but woof! You know, if you're using a shuttle well, and you're picking it up, and you're dodging stuff, the Reaver by itself is very slow. Why is there a drone here? Look at him leaving the... Wow, the Reaver shot leaves a crater in the ground. It's so powerful in this mod. That's kind of cool. Do it again. Oh, hang on. Oh, this is a very, 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 very injured shuttle here. It doesn't have shuttle speed upgrade either, which makes it a little bit more vulnerable too. So it is 3 base to 2 base. Classic, setting up for a 3rd base here on Sylphid. Which I like the insinuation. This is regular Sylphid, and Neo Sylphid is the new one in Brood War that's been around for like 10 years now. Very funny. Don't know whose idea that was. This is the Ravager. Ravagers are evolved from Roaches. They have a corrosive bile attack in addition to their basic attack, which launches a projectile into the air and lands in a position and does a little bit of area damage too. So there it is, launching up and connecting on those Dragoons. Tough stuff, man. This Reaver needs to die. This Reaver, these 3 Reavers, kind of awesome, honestly. Kind of really, really, really awesome stuff here. Corsair's still trying to find Overlords to kill. They've got... There's 3 kills. Aw, as it dies. 3 kills on that one, too, is pretty not bad for a Corsair. Yeah, these Reavers are putting in work for Classic. Big, 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 big fan of how he's using them. 8 kills on that Reaver. Let's see if these guys unload. Bam, big hit. Corrosive Bile dodge. 5 kills on that Reaver. 3 kills on that Reaver. Hitting them from distance. Dragoons actually pretty good. Ravagers are a little squishy. And they are dying. Oh, man. 76 to 62 army supply in favor of Classic here. Yeah, look at that army value difference. Worker value difference for the Zerg player. But Roach Ravager does not appear to be the build you want to do against Dragoons with Reaver support. I love the one Brood War Zealot we have out here. You know, he's here. He's fine. He doesn't have charge or anything. I mean, the speed upgrade for the legs, but... he's here, and he's ready to rock. The Reaver connections. Are any Reavers going to die today at all? This Reaver micro is disgusting from Classic. Bam! Big hits. Lost a Reaver. I spoke too soon. Poof! Reaver. Reaver, make me a believer. Insane, insane stuff here. We're not bringing detection with us, and we're not killing these creep tumors, unfortunately. But 72 to 50 army supply. Roach Ravager doing its best. These Dragoons, man, they got +1 attack. I think that they have the range upgrade. Probably. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Zerg is dead, though, folks, here at 10.5 minutes. This Roach Ravager shenanigan is not getting it done whatsoever. And Classic. Dude, totally game switches in game 3. Loses game 1, wins game 2, and then switches in game 3. Gets the best of 3 victory there. GG. Wow. 2 Reavers died. That is some pretty good stuff. 3 Reavers at the end of the game. So yeah, just nope. Roach Ravager is not going to be the answer here today. Never in a million years against Mass Dragoon with Reaver shenanigans. The Corsairs did an okay job kind of keeping Rumia's supply blocked. But, I mean, the other question is, was this game over when the cannon rush happened? And Rumith was not ready for it. And he lost his natural and his 3rd and was playing catch-up forever after? I think it probably was. I really think it probably was. 12,000 resources lost to 6,000 is a complete reversal of game number 1. Dude, is Brood War better than StarCraft 2? We've got 2 players here. In game 1, Rumith was incredibly cost efficient with the Brood War Zerg against the Protoss StarCraft 2. And in game 3, we've swapped it to where Classic is playing Brood War Protoss and Rumith is playing StarCraft 2, and the resources lost are flipped. Kind of something to think about. I don't know. Oh, amazing. I mean, come on. That is an absolutely great showing there from our guy Classic. Dropping the first game in a best of 3 is very scary. But he came back and won games 2 and 3 with style. That Reaver Micro was magnifique. Très magnifique. Just something every Brood War player would be very happy to see on their side of things. This lost... Does it keep track of lost scarabs? Dude, it keeps track of scarabs. How do you lose a scarab? I guess if it explodes and doesn't kill anything, it counts as a lost unit, like Banelings from StarCraft 2 Zerg. If a Baneling explodes without killing an enemy unit, I think it counts as a lost Baneling. But if it kills an enemy unit, it's not lost. I think that's what's happening here. They just coded them like Banelings. They just made them fast, I guess. That's very cool. Very cool idea. But yeah, 60 roaches died. I don't like the roach. I don't. I've never really much liked it in StarCraft 2. It's a little bit tanky, sure. It's got some decent HP, but its range is kind of garbage. Its DPS is not very good either. I'm not a huge fan of that. And it's 2 supply. It was 1 supply in early beta versions of StarCraft 2, but then Idra showed up and basically like maxed out on roaches when they were 1 supply and just crushed everybody forever in all these beta tournaments. And StarCraft designers were like, oh, okay, no, that's bad. And so they made it 2 supply, and then they were more manageable. But yeah, thanks, Idra, for ruining that for everyone. But yeah, that's a GG. 2-1. Nicely done, Classic. Good cannon rush in game 3. Great plan. Well executed. The Corsairs, the Reavers, the Dragoons, all of it was great. So that was a ton of fun. Protoss gets the win from the Brood War perspective, mostly. And that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of what? StarCraft Evolution with Brood War and StarCraft 2 race switching across the world too, which is insane. You can catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, all at /FalconPaladin for little clips of videos like these and everything else. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Hope you're enjoying it. If you want more of these, leave a comment letting me know, right? Letting me know. And we will catch you next time. Until then, stay safe and healthy. And above all, you take care of yourself.